lot of blood, a lot of sweat, a lot of tears. What is good, YouTube? Welcome back. It is 7. We've walked the dog, had coffee number 2, decaf. And today's a fun day. So every quarter we run at least 1 or 2 training camps for the team. So today we're going to be heading to Manor in Victoria. I'm going to get a session in first, and then we're going to meet the team. So you'll meet Lee, you haven't seen yet, Chris, Seb, you've seen both of those guys if you haven't, in episode number 1 and 2. And we're going to be taking all the Functional Hustle squad through 3 workouts. 1 is very technical, 1 is a bit more functional bodybuilding, the third one is a big team sweat. So they're always a lot of fun, good getting people together. So I'll go through a little bit more of that later. But I'm just going to have this coffee. I'm reading this book at the minute. I've read this, and you might be able to see with how messy the pages are, like 10 times. It's called The Almanac of Naval Ravikant. It's amazing. If you don't know who he is, he's a super smart guy, very successful when it comes to investing in money, but he's also got like a really philosophical way of looking at sort of money, happiness, life, things like that. It gets a little bit deep. But I've actually read the first half, which is all about wealth and money, like 10, 15 times. The happiness part I haven't read as much, so I need to I feel like I might need to read that a little bit more. But anyway, it talks about money and kind of mindset. You know, I come from a pretty poor background, I'm not gonna lie. Don't need to talk too much about that, but I always had this kind of scarcity mindset with money, which was, I don't have any, I've got to hoard it all. Always afraid to lose it, always afraid to take risks. And he talks about having more of an abundance mindset, which is thinking more about, how can you use your skills and other people's skills to make money? How can you use that money to make money? How can you invest back in business? Even if you don't get a short-term reward, how does that transfer over to long-term gain, long-term reward, looking at future? So it's really, really good for that, because even now, as the business is doing really well, and I would class it as being, fairly successful in the fitness space, I still have this kind of scarcity mindset, afraid to spend money, afraid to invest. I have to spend 2 or 3 months justifying spending something. So it's a really good book. So guys, if you've not read it, it's called The Almanac of Naval Ravikant. I always say his name wrong. But yeah, without further ado, my dog's just walked in. You messing up the video? Anyway, got to pack. I'm going to go do my training session first, and he's going to come down to film some things. So guys, I will see you at Victoria at Manor. It's going to be a fun day. Looking forward to it. And yeah, let me get this coffee down me. All right, guys. Oh, I can't breathe. That is a wrap for me. We've got our event today, like I said. So I think we'll have a good amount of people coming. We do these every quarter. So 3 parts of today's event. We've got a barbell work, like a workshop, done some functional bodybuilding, and then we've got a big team sweat at the end. A little bit of running, some sandbag work, so that should be a lot of fun. And yeah, today's the day 90 of my 90-day summer shred. If you're in the UK, summer basically finished like 2 or 3 days ago, or it never really came. So yeah, I'm 170 pounds today. Lightest I've been probably 10 years. So feeling fairly good for it, but the next kind of goal for me, a couple of days ago, Seb messaged me, I want to do High Rocks. So we're going to do Manchester High Rocks in November. We may be doing the High Rocks in LA in November before we go to Bali. So yeah, training is going to be all about that going forward. A lot more running, a lot more rowing, a lot more skiing, but I'm not going to lose the body composition. I'm not going to lose the strength training. I'm not going to lose the bodybuilding. At the end of the day, for me, the training I love and enjoy is a mix of both, no matter what I'm doing. So that's going to be the focus for me. But today is all about focus on everybody else. So guys, I need a shower, I need some food, and I'll see you at the event. All right, guys, so we are at the Yard. Is it called? It's called something different, MCP or something like that, I think they now call it, in Manor. So Andy will show you around. It's an amazing space. It's all underground. It's basically a car park. where they've put, ergs, rowers, barbells. They've even got sleds, sandbags, everything. So good functional fitness space. Anyway, I am doing, or trying to do, put up the workouts on the board so when people get here, they know exactly what they're doing. So Chris is going to be going through part number 1. Seb is going to be going through part number 2. And Leah's going to be going through part number 3. And we'll just be coaching everyone to make sure they know what they're doing. Everyone's doing good form, but having a wicked time. So we don't know how many people's going to come. Hopefully a lot. And it's going to be pretty crazy. They always are, but it's a lot of fun. That's 100 million told you. Some of these people that we're coaching or that are coming today have never actually met any of us in person, which is again the reason we do these things, so people from different parts of the country can come, meet their coach, meet the team, get a big sweat. So yeah, Lee's been coaching Kieran, I think, for maybe 2 years now, something like that. So this is the first time we've actually met in person, which is pretty fun. Without further ado, if you need to fill up your water at any point, you have to go back to the top of the gym where we came in. You can fill up your water there. You know where the change rooms are. We're just gonna have a lot of fun, big sweat, team huddle at the end. We might grab a few drinks after as well if some people want to stay around. I know we're all into fitness, but we're also into a little bit of drinking at the same time. So guys, let's get started. Chris, you're gonna go through the first part, right? Yep. Cool.
I let the clouds hang over my face. Dark horse with no saddle, riding off into night for the devil's play. Like a fallen angel, I love when it's painful. Try not to show my rotten side.
Alright guys, so we are about 2 hours and 15 minutes into today's training camp. It's been amazing so far. I think about 55 people showed up. A lot of people don't know each other, but they've obviously come together to meet today. It's very hot, very sweaty in here. We've got 10 minutes left of the workout, which is a run. We've got some sandbag work as a team of 4. And once we're done, we're all gonna go grab a beer, relax, and look forward to the next training camp. But today's been an absolute blast, super hit. So guys, if you're also watching this as well, you wanna get involved in the next one, follow Functional Hustle, follow me on YouTube, and we'll be releasing some tickets for future ones that we've got coming out the rest of this year. Alright guys, that is it. Functional Hustle Training Camp, September the 7th, all done. Amazing turnout, nearly 50 people came. A lot of blood, a lot of sweat, a lot of tears. Only joking, but it was a lot of fun. So just gonna have a few drinks now, a little bit of food, give a cheers to everybody, and then we are wrapped up for the weekend. So guys, hope you enjoyed today's YouTube episode. We're gonna be bringing another one in a couple of weeks. We're gonna try and stay as consistent as we can, and if you wanna see anything particular, leave a comment below. Feel free to subscribe, feel free to like it, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.